There you go. Nice, nifty. Cool. Hello and welcome to Peace and Tranquility. Your guide into meditation is not going to be me. I have so much to talk about. Like 63 things to talk about. And I'm so sorry, yet also happy belated Mother's Day. Just got back from a little party with my family. It was fun. I liked it. Just looking at my grandma and Mimimo. It was nice. And then like little cousins and nieces and nephews. It was tranquil. Yeah. I liked today. Today was a good day. I think this week was a good week. Got a lot of things done. Got to meet a lot of people. So I have a problem here in this world specifically. Ever since I added shadows to my avatar, if I go like this, I'm in full shadow, or like the light's coming and you can see me fully. But if I want you to see all this, then I'm backlit, which means that it's harder to see the avatar, which is really weird, which is real fun. Like if you do, like what's it called? This is bright, but this is never mind. It doesn't matter. I don't have to cast shadows onto myself. But without further ado, let's turn down that just a bit. There we go. My robot alarm clock. It tells me when I'm being robotic. So this is the best that I can do by kind of being a little this direction. Which means that I need to push this over here, as well as put this over there. Alright. But I hope that you had a good week. Because I know I did. You can't say that about every week. But most weeks are pretty cordial, pretty non-specific. Was able to train with someone in my improv theater, and they were coming home from college for a couple months, and it was fun. I liked it. I liked being able to speak to new people, get to talk the scoops about things. Oh, I'm just feeling tranquil today. You know, I've been playing like mobile games, right? And I've been playing this game called Nikkei ever since I saw VShojo doing like some like promotions for it and whatnot. And usually I'm not a gacha game person. Like I picked up Genshin Impact when it was big just to like play through it until I hit the wall that is pay to play. And then I was like, all right, let's just stop here and not really progress anything further, because I got the gist, I got the Zelda vibes, and I was like, okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. And now with Nikkei, the goddess of victory, I'm like, every day I do like an hour to 2 hours of like click 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 click, just to progressively go through the story. I think once I've gone through the entire story, it'll be time for Final Fantasy to come out. Final Fantasy 7, no, not 7, 14. The new expansion, Dawn Trail, is coming out soon, which I'm excited for. And that is going to be a month of me no-lifing it. You're like, work, break, play. Break is over. Work. End of work day. Play. Because I need to get all of my characters up to level 100. Because I got all of my jobs and professions up to level 90. I think I talked about this last week. But I'm talking about it now, so who cares? But yeah. Final Fantasy 14 is... I love it. One day, you know, if I ever like become huge and have thousands and thousands of people watching me, then I might like revisit some of the old games that I really love, like Final Fantasy XIV, and like replay them, and actually sit down and figure out what the story is. Because so much, I have like a love-hate relationship with story-based games. Like Final Fantasy XIV, I love that the story is there. I don't like how it's presented, but even if I did like how it's presented, I would get tired of it eventually, and I would just want to kick butt and take some names. Like Connor in that way, where I just skip the cutscenes, unless there's like a specific reason for me to go through and read stuff. Which, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV has a lot of bloat writing, what I call bloat writing. So bloat writing means that if you can get rid of all of that, just take it out, then the story wouldn't change at all. So like, you can't take out like Hydaelyn and like the crystals, because then a lot of the gameplay would also leave. But you could take away like Hildebrand up to like a point, and a lot of the side content, and then a lot of like the fetch quests. Albeit the fetch quests are fine, because there's like, you do like 3 things instead of like 35 things. Instead of killing 30 boars, you kill 3, which, thank you. But also, let's just get rid of that completely. And if you just want me to go and do something that isn't showing me a new monster, showing me a new dungeon with a new dungeon design, or altering the way that I perceive the game, I want new things. I don't want to do things that are old. But I think most of it has you exploring all the different key points of a map, which, like in later expansions, where the story will just kind of hop you along the entire perimeter of the map until you've explored everything, which I guess is alright. But then going back to the Waking Sands is one of the biggest like memes of that game. And so like, just escape, skip, because I don't want to be doing this anymore. And then I skipped, and that scene, and then you're like carrying things. That was insane. Oh, like even like story-based games like The Last of Us, like I'd be playing and playing. It was like, this is a really good story. It's told really well. There's good cinematic stuff going on. But then like, okay, I've been playing for like 4 or 5 hours straight now, and now I just want to like get it over as quickly as possible. I kind of get the gist. You're like going forth and killing things, and like there's gonna be a big betrayal, skip cutscene. Oh look, the big betrayal happened. When I can start predicting things, there's a problem. Same with like Nier Automata. Nier Automata is one of those games that there's like a big wave as well. I love Nier Automata. And boy is it beautiful and poetic. But it's also long in some of its dialogues. Like, go talk to this commander here. Click, 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 click. Alright, now I can go kill the thing. Yeah, and then you play through it again, and then you play through it again, and then you play through it again. Right? 3 times? I think it was 3 times though. Anyways, we haven't even gotten to topic number 1 today. But, yeah, let's get into the topics now. Topic number 1, peeling hands and allergic to soap. So when I was in my teens, like my hands just started peeling one day. Like they got all bubbly and like dry and peely, and like all the skin on my palms and everything just kind of evaporated. I was like, what's happening? This went over the course of like 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, I was what I think happened is that I was allergic to the soap that my mom bought. So I now use only hyperallergenic soaps. for soaps and shampoos and anything that has like sensitive chemicals. I make sure that all of my soaps are like don't have tin or aluminum or sulfates or the other stuff inside of them, just because I don't have pepper. I don't go into anaphylactic shock where my body rejects things and my throat starts closing up. Or like I just have like skin irritation and like rashes and canker sores. But it's mild. Like I'm allergic to walnuts, and I can eat like things that are baked with walnuts, but then I'd have like a sore throat later. But if I only eat a little bit, it's fine. If I eat a lot, that's when things start to get a problem. When there's a lot of contact with things. Yeah. Reaching out to talent companies. Yes. So a lot of what I did this week is reach out to a lot of people. And I feel like I'm being annoying, but like it's in earnest. So I've been reaching out to a lot of companies and people to see if they would like to do like an improv class, right? Because we did an improv class. You may or may not have been able to see the improv class. There's only one clip of it on Twitch, which I think that's a Monday class too. That's not even like the show. I think the shows are like completely like gone and dead now. But I want to share like improv with the world, and I want to like have other people enjoy what I enjoy. I think part of that is teaching people like how to do improv. I've reached out to maybe 30 to 50 people specifically about that. 2 people got back to me and were kind of interested. And then I reached out to about 30 to 50 people that are about the same size as me as far as like content creation goes. And 2 people also got back to me, and you can see the 2 you can see Kitty's and Rio's videos. You can go watch them. They're on YouTube, and we did something on their channel, and we did something on mine as well. And Rio is graduating and going and doing other things, so congrats to her. But yeah, so right now I'm at like a 10% hit rate when it comes to reaching out to people, which is terrible. Like it's not even like, oh, like I'm not interested. It's like any information back to me is like 10%. 90% of the information that I spread out into the world, only 10% gets back to me. Is it me? Is it the audience? Is it the people that I'm trying to reach to? Probably a combination of all of it. Which is interesting, right? Because if there were thousands of people, thousands of you guys watching right now, like you hold the power to whether or not I can do cool things with cool people, which is insane. For most of what I do, like all work related, all of my hobbies, like I can learn the skill to be able to produce the thing that I need to do. But one of the biggest things that I want to do is like get people together and like do big events. And because of things outside of my control that are in your control, which is watching content and just participating, that's how I'm able to do more things, is because you are there participating in the content that I'm creating. I think that's fascinating, that's interesting. There are maybe like 3 or 4 of you that watched these all the way through. So I'm thankful for you, because you think that what I have to say is important. Which is why I'm trying my hardest to make these things entertaining, educational, and a fascinating and kind of like a digest of things. I had to think, like, what is my audience? Who are you? What is my target audience that I'm trying to reach out towards? And I think it's people who enjoy learning, who enjoy having hyperfixations and enjoy like listening to passionate people talk about passions. That's my target audience. And it's probably like 25 to like 35. I see this is where you have been. Hi, Jan. Yes, hello. It's been for the past like 5 weeks. Yes, this is where I have been. For a while now. I've been trying to like alter the content that I'm doing and make it more not diverse, not I want to, if you've ever read the book, yes, I've been listening, that's fine. Yeah. If you've ever read the book Who Moved My Cheese? That's an entire book about 4 people, like the rational mind and like reason, and then like instinct and senses. And where like instinct and senses are able to like go and get the cheese whenever, and rational mind, and basically what it boils down to is if I'm not willing to change, then when my cheese is moved, when the results I want are not being given to me anymore, when I'm not being fed my daily bread, and I don't change who I am rationally into a different position, then it's on me to know that I'm not doing my hardest to change up things. I think streaming on YouTube and like doing these talk show things is one of the big things. And I got Pinkcord. So last week I put up Pinkcord to like ping people with the notifications for YouTube notifications. And so I set that up, and then it failed the same day. Like they had like a major API outage that same day. So this is, yeah, I wanted to do 5 of these live streams to see whether or not I should continue to do them and continue to get on this path to talk about things, or if I should change things up. Because Matt Pat from Game Theory said do about 5 videos to see if your target audience enjoys these, or like if it's sustainable for you. And because like your first one, it's just going to be your first one is probably going to flop. Your second one also probably going to flop, and your third one, it's like, okay, now you're establishing a pattern. Your fourth one is where your audience are going to be like, oh, like there, she's doing things, let's do more things. And your fifth one is like, all right, this is a cool rhythm. Did they come back for that fifth thing? Right now, I think I might change things up next week and I'm gonna do something hard, which is a challenge stream where I have to not stop talking. I have 10 seconds of leeway to say anything. And I got all the automation set up so like it tings and like it does like a counter thing. So I think next week, either this week Wednesday, which I think I might do the V-Rising video instead, or next week on Sunday, I might play Fallout 4 and have points to talk about, and try and get through all the points and play the game at the same time. And basically like train myself never to stop speaking while playing games. That's a big thing, is I haven't had a lot of experience doing desktop gaming where I like just chatting like this, done a lot of it, can do more of it. But sitting down desktop games and making the desktop games interesting, like that's something that I want to practice on and improve. So I think having every 10 seconds I have to say something is going to be a challenge, but in a fun and engaging and enlightening way. And then however many times before I get through all of my topics that I pause, that's how many squats I have to do. I don't know. Like the maximum that can happen is 6 squats every minute. And there's 60 minutes in an hour, which is 6 and 6 is 360 squats. Usually this takes anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. So it could be that I have to do 600 or like 720 squats if I was just silent. I have to do that over a couple days. Yeah, so we're only on docket list number 2. I've already been going at this for a while. Yeah, so I've been reaching out to talent companies and being like, hey, do you want to do like a thing here? Do you want to do some improv? Part of that is so that that way, it's like a mutual beneficial thing. Like I get to know people, and get to start making friends and making like work acquaintances outwards, but also offering my services to the talents who want to improve at improv and be able to like do collabs better, be able to like riff with people and new people, doing improv games and learning about how to do those. A lot of those things are very helpful for streaming, especially with like a partner who also knows like the improv jargon. And then when you're entertaining, you can take like the yes and the active listening and like the riffing off of things to make. I'm gonna choke and die on my dry throat. But yeah. So I've been working on that, and I hope I just need a single person, just one person to say yes. Well, technically 8 people to say yes, but just one like company figure to be like, all right, we're gonna give you a shot. Do your workshop thing, and if we like it, we'll continue. And that one workshop thing should be enough to show that it's very much worth it and it's very... Because I don't think I've ever had an improv class where people showed up and were like, I don't want to come back. Usually people just don't come back, but they don't actively tell me, or any of the classes that I've been in that they don't want to come back. So they're like, this is super fun. I just don't have the time for it right now. I was like, I really wish that I could continue, but like I'm so busy. Like I can't add this to my plate as well. Like that's usually the response after they've done like the first workshop. So yeah, reaching out to talent company. Oh, stress of doxing. Can't tell anyone real life. Internet illiterate. Oh yes. So, one of the big things that I had with talk with my family member is like they wanted to like do things together, and then one of the other things is like I can't do that in good faith. So like real life internet illiteracy, like I can't tell my internet illiterate people the things that I do, because then their outreach is seen online. Like if they do a lot of Facebook things, they're like, oh, look at this thing. Like even if they're doing it, like they're not trying to dox me, but I have a lot of, yeah. For safety reasons, I don't tell my family members exactly what I tell them kind of what I'm doing. Like I'm doing filming and stuff like that, but I don't tell them like any of the handles or the things that I do it under. Or like any of the content that I do show them is scrubbed of identity, which is interesting. Because like I don't need to talk to them about anything that I do. I just talk to them about the type of things that I do. Because we already have the IRL theater that they can attend and see that. That's fun. But like playing games together with my family or friends, IRL, is very risky in content creation today. So I have to separate those two things because I don't want those two lives to intercross just yet. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. But I have no reason to right now. I don't think I will. Maybe if this live stream gets 1 million likes, then sure, let's do a face reveal and let's go do stuff. But in order to get 1 million likes, it probably needs like 100 million views, which with live stream having 100 million views is insane. But yeah. Oh, subscription. Call to actions. Like, I'm always hesitant to do like and subscribe for call to actions, but it works. But it's also not part of the reason why I'm making content. But it is. Call to actions. I'm hesitant on whether or not I should do call to actions in the beginning, or like at all. But if I was to do call to actions like and subscribing, because like lets me know if you liked a video and you want to see more of that video, then like it, and then I can like see all of the likes to view ratios. And if you subscribe, then that tells other people that I'm worth watching. Yeah, I don't really care if you subscribe or not. It's everyone else that cares. Because the YouTube algorithm, like, I don't subscribe to anyone on this channel, but just because I like my own privacy, and the YouTube algorithm still picks out the people that I would have subscribed to anyway to show me their content. Because the subscription doesn't matter a lot. Same with like Twitter following and stuff. Like the algorithm picks out all the things that I was gonna see anyways. Yeah. So that's a thing. Always assume I'm going to have 100k risks. So part of that is also like the stress of doxing. I want to separate as much as possible, make it obfuscated as hard as possible without like a security data breach from one of the companies that I put my information into. Always assume that there's 100,000 people that want to hate on whatever I do. Because statistically speaking, there's probably about 100,000 people that if they watch my content, they would murder me socially. Which is, yeah. The same with pretty much everyone and every creator. Putting myself through a bad time to get to the other side with benefits of leaving. Right. This brings back to a different thing. So, speaking about, like taking on hard jobs, or risky jobs, or jobs that have a lot of inherent, like, bad culture behind them, just to, like, get through to the other side. So like a year later after doing the bad job, then being able to quit and be like, all right, I'm done here. Contract is over. And now using all of the connections and the publicity from the bad job, being able to use that and port that over into a good job and finally have my name out there to be like, hey, I'm worth it. But first I need to get interviews with the bad job, which is hard. Also, I don't know. I'd rather not. To be honest, I'd rather not. I hope that YouTube algorithm could just be like, hey, for your next like 5 videos, we're going to push it to 1 billion people. Because the thing is, I need to find my audience. Because there are so many like good VTubers out there. There are so many like good content creators that won't see the light of day, not because they're bad, but just because there aren't enough there isn't enough time for everyone to get the spotlight that they need. Because like I've been watching Matara, been speaking about her for a while, and I have several like VTuber friends who are very similar in their ways of doing things, and if they had the same reach that Matara did for the audience gathering, they would probably be up there as well. But just like you create a bond with someone by watching their content, and the more you watch their content, the more bond you create, And then once that content is like, oh yeah, like I can watch Markiplier whenever, I can watch Jacksepticeye whenever, because I've been watching them for 15 years. Maybe not 15, I think they've been doing it for roughly about that long. But yeah, I think it's interesting, like, not everyone gets to have their 15 minutes of fame, but everyone does deserve to have 15 minutes of fame. Everyone deserves love, everyone deserves fame, everyone deserves happiness. Now, what you do with your life dictates the opportunities that you get, dictates the lots of things, and then the things that other people do to you when there's everyone deserves to have a good life. Because deserving isn't something that you can take for yourself. Deserving is giving freely. I like Iron Muscle's opinion on that. 10 years and we have to fix. This is fix number 1. Fix number 1. There you go. Now I have a speech blocker now because I can hear myself double. But yes, myself 10 years, I think I started throwing stuff at the wall. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, 10 years and I can start throwing stuff at the walls. Right. So, hopefully once I have paid off my house, then I can just start throwing things at the walls, making bigger play space area to walk around in and dance. But the older I get, the less mobile I become. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to move anymore. Playing every game in the series. Yeah. There's like so much to unpack there. So there are so many series, so many different games that I'd like to play. But I haven't gathered the audience that would like to sit down and see that be played out to the fullest. So right now I'm focusing all my efforts on creating very dense content. Content that if you skip around in any part of the video or stream, there's something there for you to be like, oh, that's interesting, or like, oh, okay, I should probably watch this from the beginning. But like playing games, like if I played Halo, you probably have either played Halo or seen someone play Halo or heard about Halo. But you probably haven't heard about like improv and dancing and how you combine those two together to create some unholy abomination of some sort. Or some other type of opinionated piece. And so I want to create like nutrient-dense food for you to consume. And so I don't want to do like full series of things for a while. At least not until there's an audience of it, of about 1,000 people that would watch it all the way through. Once, I think 1,000 is like my metric for branching out into not so dense content, because I've done not so dense content for years and years and years. And I'm trying denser content and things that mean something to somebody, rather than no brain things where I don't have to think about anything, and no brain things where I didn't have to prepare anything. I could just sit down, turn on the stream, and then stream for 12 hours. Like that would be good to get to, and like the cozy type of just you're playing games with your friends. But first I have to garner an audience that would want to even see that. And I have you right there are prime examples of people who would probably sit through and watch that. Or not, because you're coming to a talk show, first of all. Also, my lips aren't moving. Bam! Now they're moving again. from examples. Yeah. So hopefully once I have gained the trust of the audience, also, well, that's also something of doing like the challenge thing is the other thing that I want to do as well. To like do 3 things at once. But yeah. One day I'll get to be able to start playing games as series and have fun. Because the other thing is like, I only have fun when I'm constantly engaging with people while playing games. Like, I love multiplayer games and I can't sit down and do like a Fallout or play Mass Effect if I've done those before. But I would love to be able to chat to someone consistently. And that's something that I miss or I don't have. And once there's a chat message from 10 to 15 people every like 15 seconds or so, I think that's probably the right time to do like gaming content where like, all right, now I have like you guys to bounce off of, rather than having to find my own reason to continue to do something that is becoming less and less enjoyable as time goes on. Because the more I play the game, the more like I shut down. That playing games is my relaxation type. It's not my get up and be stimulated and be hype type or thing. So I need a secondary thing to be hyped for. And part of that is like if I'm doing a stream with someone else, that's also a thing. That's also something that I can work on. There's so much. There's so much there. We're on 7 of 60. Okay. Old content and feeling cringe. Oh. Like, I look at the title and the thumbnails of all of my old videos and all of, like, the content and clips, and I can't go back and watch them. Because I cringe so hard, and it's like, I could do this better, or like, this is not working. Why did I think that this would be a good idea? Like, I don't like my voice here, or I don't like this thing here. Right when I like create a video, like I watch it so many times and like, I like this video. This is a good video. I put it up online, and for like a week, it's a really good video. And then after that week gone and the further time elapses, I'm like, I do not want to go back and see that thing. I don't even want to read my novel that I wrote. It took 8 months to make, and I don't want to go back and read Void Office. Oh well. Yeah. Because I think I'm afraid of letting myself down. And I think I'm afraid of it wasn't good enough, or it wasn't worth people's time. And that's just an inherent fear that I have, that I'm shouting out into the void of nothingness, and that maybe a handful of people will see it, but my expectations don't ever meet reality. I would love to be able to sit down and do something and have 80 people do like the Pog chant. It's like, oh, like that's, I've glimpsed that. I've glimpsed that reality a couple times with a couple different people doing different live streams, or like doing different content, or working with very famous creators, both TV series as well as YouTube and Twitch. And that's something that I want to attain for myself, but it's something that I can't do by myself. It's you. You're the person that makes what I do have meaning. Because otherwise it's just me having my own opinion. And it's your thoughts, your imaginations. You are the reason why I'm streaming right now. Wanting to hide shame. Yeah, that's another one. Is I will unlist videos or delete videos that I find so cringe-inducing or so badly received that nobody likes it. Not even me. Like, there's been like 1 or 2 times where I got like 30 to 50 different dislikes and like 5 likes. It's like, okay, that's not a video that should stay up anymore. previous channels, previous content things, previous things that I did for different marketings, and I've learned from it. But also it sucks that like putting out things, lots of people can hate it, or it could be go to the wrong audience. Like my stream should probably not be put out there for queer phobic people, as that would not be good for anyone involved. Sometimes the beam shouldn't cross. Yeah. Reaching out to attention, agreement, and value, right? Just agreed with give me offline first to get to know them. Yes. So, speaking about the collaborations that we've had, like my way of doing collaborations is I reach out to you with a proposition like, hey, do you want to do like some type of entertainment, edutainment content where we educate each other about something? And then they report back, it's like, oh, that sounds interesting. It's like, cool. Let's have like a 30-minute meeting. We'll set that up. And then we will talk about it. And then they're like, cool, let's do that. So I set up the meeting. If they're late or they're a no-show, that tells me something as well. And they want to reschedule, that tells me that they're going to be an unreliable person. If they tell me like a couple days before, like the day before, it's like, oh, sorry, like my grandmother passed away, that's totally understandable. Things happen. But if someone shows up right on time or is like, I'm ready now, like I could go now like an hour early if you need to, it's like, oh, that's really cool, you are a reliable person. So that's one thing for like the what to expect in the stream. That lets me know whether or not I should schedule a stream, right? Because streaming collaboration with something is more than just, hey, you, me, we've never met before, let's go do this thing. And I hope that you show up because I'm putting your name in the title. It should be, we've talked to each other before. And I know that you're reliable, and I know that if we set something up, we can do this thing. Recording for a YouTube video is something different where I can be like, hey, I'm going to record for a YouTube video and like, let's get together. And if something happens, I don't have to worry because I'm only going to show up if you're going to show up. And I don't have to go anywhere to do that. So meeting for that 30 minutes, like we talk for a little bit. And that 30 minutes is also a key sign for me to know, like, if we don't mesh in that 30-minute time, I can be like, all right, hey, I'm out. Thank you for your time. It's like, I'm very like transparent about this. Like, this is for us to get to know each other. This is for us to see whether or not we vibe and if this is something that we'd like to continue. And it's okay if either one of us says like, no, this is probably not for my channel or my video or whatever. And they're like, yeah, that's okay. If they're like, no, this is like means something. I've never had someone come attack me like that. It's like, well, I thought that we were going to do it anyways. It's like, okay. Usually the people that I pick to collab with, like I have to pick them because people don't reach out for anything. Especially because I'm not like super popular, right? So I have to create my own opportunities. And so reaching out to people is like, okay, how's this? We're doing this offline. There's no record of it. We're talking back and forth. Do we jive? If yes, then let's continue the thing. So what I want is during that 30-minute session, that usually if it's a good collab turns into an hour to an hour and a half talking, where we're going back and forth and it's like we get to know each other in those first 30 minutes, and then in the next hour after that is actually setting up the collaboration, the dates, the times, what we're going to do, the things that we're interested in, the topics. That's kind of how it works out. I would say like we're going to do an hour and a half meeting, but no one has time for an hour and a half meeting, so I do 30 minutes, and then at the 30-minute marker I'm like, hey, do you want to like, we're at the 30-minute mark, we can talk about this later, or do you want to keep going? Usually people are like, keep going. So we keep going until we've run out of steam. It's like, okay, you have this action item, I have this action item, we're going to be working on these things, and then we're going to schedule this time and this time and this time. So we set up all that, And then it was like, all right, cool. See you later. So that's how I do my collaborations. But every time that I had to train myself not to be greedy, right? Not to reach out to people because I wanted for them to bring me viewers. But I should reach out to them because I believe that we can create something that I'm proud of together. Because that's the only thing that I can control on my side, is whether or not I'm proud of the content. So like when I'm looking through all the people that are like, hey, DM me if you wanted to collab. I look through and I watch like maybe 5 minutes, like skipping around in different streams, different videos, to see whether or not their personality is like, oh, that's a really fun personality. I can jive off of this. Having lots of experience doing IRL improv with people who've never done IRL improv before, I can almost immediately tell who is good for entertainment. Yeah, there's a whole other skill. But yeah, so reaching out to people, I was like, can I do something for them that would be interesting? And that's my proposition, right? It's like, hey, do you want to do like edutainment type of content where I'm like, this is like a very different than just sitting down playing a game and both of us are kind of bored and only one of us is talking. But I want to be very active, very engaged, and be able to react to chat and like have you do like a just chatting type of stream. Because most popular VTubers, right, are once they stop doing just chatting, their numbers drop off when they go to the game. Because just chatting is the most engaging part of the stream for most people. And then it's like, all right, we're not doing the parasocial thing anymore. Now we're doing a game. And I've seen this game where I don't like this game, so we're going to drop off. So that's something. Like, I'd watch Matara play Vampire the Masquerade. I won't watch Matara play... what's a game that I don't like? Or that I've seen done before? Like, Horizon Forbidden West or something? Like, I just played that. And I don't have any strong opinions towards that game. And maybe like I'll watch like a highlight clip of Matara playing that, but I won't go out of my way to watch the entire stream from beginning to end. But she just recently played Halo, and I skipped to all of the parts where I thought were interesting, like the flood part and the different parts. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I wanted to see her react to different things. So yeah. Alright, so reaching out, yeah. So I want to give value to people. And I have value as a person. And I want them to do the same thing. I am the Batman. Testing. Testing. Blah, blah. There you go. Alright, we are at 10 of 60. I need to go through this faster. Hoping for a miracle. Just one person has to say yes to change my life forever. We've talked about that. I'm hoping for a miracle, right? I'm hoping for like one of the big companies that I reached out to be like, yeah, let's try this. Hopefully. I don't know. My doubts are high. I'm not like Billion or someone who has CCV concurrent viewership in the thousands. If that was the case, I'd be able to do a lot more. But that's not in the cards right now, so I have to play my hand, play my jacker and spade, and be like, here. I don't know how Uno works. Okay. I hope that people, yeah. There's also other people that have to say yes. And if they say yes, then that would also change for me. And maybe one of you are watching right now. Maybe one of you that has the power to change my life is watching. my tie. Oh, but don't feel pressured either. Ah. Alright. Oh. So I have a heavy phone. And when I was just playing my games in bed, or like watching a YouTube video in bed while trying to fall asleep, I have a phone case with a stick on it. So like you pull it out and then you can like set it down places. I purposely like bought like a really bad phone case just because it had that feature. Like there's really good like cases that are able to stand up to the test of time. I'm guessing like OtterBox, I don't know, that are like, all right, this is a really good phone case. And I'm over here with my dinky little plastic aluminum thing that has the little thing that breaks all the time that sticks out and like, eep deep. And so every phone case that I get, or every phone that I get, which is just few. I've only ever bought 2 phones in my life, which is insane. I've had 3 in total. One that I stole my brother's phone when he was in high school because I needed it to go to college. One that I bought for myself to give back the phone to my brother. And then another one that I have now that has all the bells and whistles that I need for a phone to be engaged with. Yeah. Because my other one's battery was dying. It wouldn't last for more than 5 to 8 hours before it would die. So I always had to have it plugged in. I do not replace things unless it's dead and dying and I can't do work without it. Yeah. So that's that. Chat and game. Never drop. Joy to practice. Right. Yes. Actually trying to, so that's talking about, yeah, we talked about that already. Okay. Go down to my list. Up. Limits on Discord with bot limit extenders. Right. Yes. So there's lots of limits that people have put on free software where it's so like VR chat is one of the examples where you have like an avatar list and you can only put so many things on an avatar list before you need to buy a subscription to get more things on those avatar lists. Same thing with like Discord and other free apps where they give you convenience charge tax. Or if you buy Nitro, or if you do this thing, or you can like buy a permanent thing of this. Like Guild Wars does it too. That's just something that is a way to, you create your own scarcity. And there are many ways to get around it, especially if you live a minimalist lifestyle. Yep. Microtransactions based on giving you more of what you already used. Yeah. So we just talked about that. What is a meaningful content? Right. So meaningful content is interesting. Like, I find things like this fascinating for me to talk about. Like, this whole idea came out of me like, I want my voice to be heard. I want to be able to say my opinions, but these opinions can't be put into like a succinct video. Or if they were, then I'd have to like extrapolate them and like do a lot more research on things, and like that was too much hassle for me to do. But what is meaningful for me? What's meaningful for me is to get my own opinions out, is to get my own ideas out, and hopefully listening to this is either relaxing or you're finding meaning out of some of the topics and you're like, oh, what topic's gonna come next? We're like 15 and 60. I'm gonna lose battery before I finish. This is gonna be super long. Usually like right after stream or like a day, I'll write down like 20 things. But I think this week like every single day I wrote down like a couple things, which is why there's so many things. I never thought that there'd be so many things to talk about and then I could start repeating myself. I have repeated myself, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So what is meaningful content? Content that has meaning. Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. What is meaningful content? How do I create meaning from something? And I think it's just, do I care about it? And if I do, then someone else probably cares about that I care about it, or they care about the content that I'm caring about. One of the two. So that's why like I don't play games on stream usually, because I get like a sinking feeling. Like I can play for like an hour to 2 hours and like be actively engaged, but after a certain point, like I have like a sinking feeling in my stomach where like I can't do this anymore. Like I'm wasting people's time. This isn't for me. Like I'm doing this for no one and no one really cares. And then maybe I'll look at the concurrent viewership, and if it's like 1 or 0, then it's just like, okay, it's time to end. And that's why like I hide concurrent viewership, and I try to make sure that the things that I'm doing right now, that they matter to me. But if it matters to me, then that's the only thing I can control. I can't control who sees the content that I create. I can't control why people enjoy things or don't enjoy things. But what I can control is me. Yeah. Toki Bird mentioned she also wrote down notes to talk about. Yes! Testing. Alright, cool. Yeah, I really want to get the lavalier microphone and not have to have this lavalier microphone like hooked up to the top of my headset. Because then the robot thing wouldn't happen anymore, because I just have the lavalier mic set on my lapel and I don't have to. But that's like a $400 purchase that I can't justify, because it's basically for doing this. And I'm grateful for everyone who's ever tipped me or like has given me money for doing the things that I'm passionate about. I use all of it and my own money to like I had to replace these hands so that way, because like the batteries were running low on the other ones, like they wouldn't last for like 2 hours instead of the 8 hours as was bad. So I am negative by like a couple $10,000 or so in content creation money. Maybe one day I'll be in the black, but right now I'm in the red, and I'm probably gonna be in the red for a while. Like even if I have like 100 people watching me concurrently, that's still basically like maybe $1,000 a month, maybe, from like advertisements and any support that I get from you. But there's so many other things that I like to like enhance the stream with, and I also have mouth movements that don't happen anymore. There you go. But basically we have like...
Aren't I the popular one?
Wait, what? For some reason, I'm getting Twitch follows, but I don't know why. I honestly have no clue. Because I haven't streamed on Twitch for a while. And I didn't turn on YouTube subscribers alert, because they just kind of happen willy-nilly. So like when I'm recording things, then like the YouTube alert will come on and I'll be like, I need to like redo this whole thing. It's a whole big thing. Now I'm getting Twitch follows for no reason. I don't know why. I have no idea. I don't plan on streaming on Twitch anytime soon. It's just YouTube. I should probably turn off the Twitch alerts. But thank you. Yeah. Where are we? Mentioned, oh yeah, Dougie Bird mentioned that she also wrote down, oh yeah, the lapel thing. So the lapel microphone is one of those purchases that I want to do to make it so that I don't have to have this robotic thing anymore. I could go back to like the bad mic, but I think the quality of the lavalier mic is loads better and creates like a better listening experience. And that was like a pretty cheap purchase, like $60 for like a really good lavalier mic. And then if I get like the little wireless thing, I can plug the lavalier mic into the wireless thing and we're good to go. And it'll be a wireless receptor that goes to the PC and I can use that for other things. And yeah. I don't know. There's a lot. There's also like, I want a one-to-one like character redesign and stuff, but I can't justify that anytime soon. Or for any reason really, since I'm such a small indie. And I can do like my own adjustments for my own avatar like I've been doing so far. Yeah. But Doki Bird did the same thing that I did. She was write down all these topics and then like pick a random topic whenever she ran out of things. And right now I'm doing the opposite where I'm writing down every single topic and talking about every single topic just to get the experience of doing this like intensive. Let's go. Yeah. Last week was 2 hours getting my stream set up. Right. Last week I had 2 hours where I spoke non-stop. My voice got worse. I getting my and then oh right, because it was like 1 hour, 2 hours, and I think this might be a 3 hour. I don't know. But I'm getting back into the groove of creating regular content where I'm speaking for long periods of time about opinions and topics. Because back in 2021, I did like 4-hour streams. I did some 6 to 8 hour streams where I did dancing for the full time. It was completely mute. So I'm getting into the better streamer habit of being able to talk continuously. The one big thing is I put on backing music, and I don't know if it says that it's not copyrighted. But I don't know if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're here and you're listening to it now, then hello. If this entire VOD is muted, that would suck. I guess I'm just, yeah. There's nothing groundbreaking about this stream. But I hope that the music is fine and lovely. And it's not like overbearing. I don't think it is because the 5 speakers tell me that it's at least 30 decibels lower than the other thing. So I look at sound waves by like the physical thing that I can tell whether or not it's like a good gap. Last week I started getting therapy and feeling emotions. Right. So I've gone to therapy a lot. And I recently went to therapy when I didn't have a major breakdown. Or not recently, 2 years ago isn't recent. But the last time I went to therapy, I did like a 5-session thing where I was like, alright, I want to work through this and I want to like figure out more about myself. Let's talk about things and let's get through things. So I just did therapy when I wasn't required to have therapy. And I set it to 5 sessions. My work was able to pay for it. So I did the therapy, it went well, and one of the big things that I learned is how do emotions evolve for me? So where do I feel them? Do I feel like my hands shuddering? Do I feel like a burning in the bosom? Do I feel my legs shaking? Do I feel like really disoriented? Like what's the actual physical reaction to my emotions? And then when I went throughout the week, I am robotic. Robot. There we go. So I think part of it is like I had to work backwards because I wasn't really in tune with my emotions. I've had to suppress them for so long, and so I started like, what am I feeling right now in my body? Attractive. And okay, well, what am I feeling in my body? What is that emotion? Oh, that's anxiousness, or that's nervousness. What am I feeling in my body? I'm feeling sweats in my palm. I'm feeling like cold in my extremities. I'm feeling like I'm sweating on the inside. Like that's nervousness, that's anxiousness. I feel the blood drain from my face, and I feel like a wave of coldness come over me. Like that's nervousness, that's anxiousness. And then it's like, what's excited? What's it was that same like, oh, like I'm feeling jittery, I'm having like tingles. I'm like, oh no, it kind of feels like nervousness. Has the same kind of like physical sensation, except instead of like a draining, it's more of a flush of life. So yeah, like therapy and feeling emotions is interesting, and I love it. Yeah, they're like, how do you feel physically? It's like, well, I feel confused. Yes, but what's like the physical sensation inside your body? Well, I feel like I just want to go out there and I could eat like a hot dog. Okay, what's the physical sensation in your body? Like what is like the tangible, like you pinch yourself and you go, ow. Why? Because there's pain. Where? On your arm. Where is that physical sensation? And then once you start to understand your body more and how it reacts to things, because it's a full body process, emotions are. And I think that understanding our body and being more aware of our body is something that we shouldn't take for granted, and is something that we should actively look towards harnessing. So yeah, so sometimes I'll just sit down with people who are doing like improv and stuff and do feeling exercises. It's like, all right, let's close our eyes and just feel the wave of emotion. Like, where does like happiness come from? And it's like, can you feel a wave of sadness? Feel that wave of sadness and then deliver your line again. I was like, well, my kid just died. All right, let's pause. Let's feel that wave of sadness. And then let's say that again. My kid just died. And let's feel that wave of sadness. Let it sit for like 30 seconds. Think about it. Think about all the things that you did with your kids, and then you're there. You have them in your arms. The kid that you brought into this world is gone. My kid just died. Purge and let it wash through you, and then you're back to square one. Can you hear me? Does this work at all? Okay. Yeah. So like being able to deliver an emotional line, you have to recreate that sensation in your entire body to be able to deliver the line convincingly. Because part of that is like all of the different things that's so complex. Like you could probably fake it. You could figure out how to fake it by figuring out all the muscles that you need to do. But the quickest way to get there is by recreating the emotion in your body. And that's something that I've seen some actors do, where like they would like the director would pull them aside and they're like, all right, you're in this emotional thing, and like this, like your kid and your wife like passed away in the car accident that you caused. All right, what I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to get into that emotional space when you're going to do this next scene, and we're going to leave you alone, and no one's going to talk to you, and your next lines that are going to come out of your world, that are going to come out of your mouth, are these. And like that's like a whole like crew and set thing where like we're in a very emotional thing, like everyone's like really quiet, or, like they are doing like side talks and making sure that everything's ready, and then it's there, it's so focused, it's so intense. Like being on film sets is insane, like the amount of just stuff that goes on and like all the people working together, because there's like 25 people all there doing like one job, and it's oh, harmful versus helpful pranks. Right. So I was watching Hanya on Minecraft doing some helpful pranks, or non-destructive pranks. Where, like, she'd put up like posters of Giga Chad or whatnot. And I hate harmful pranks, things that are destructive or things that take away from somebody else's creation. I love helpful pranks where it's like it's creative in its own right, like creating a watermelon dirt house out of and covering someone's, like that's on the line between harmful and helpful, because like it's creative and it's fun, but it's not destructive, like putting TNT everywhere and making everything blow up. Like that's harmful. Yeah. So like destructive and creative pranks are things that I like. Creative pranks are fun, where you create like a scavenger hunt, like you hide potatoes at the top of the world and then you have like a scavenger hunt that creates content. Yeah. So yeah. Feeling apprehension after contacting someone. Right. So I've contacted all these people, and like I went through like pro writing aid, and I put like it into a script, and it's like, how can I make this sound the best that it can without being like presumptuous or like I'm an authority. It's like, here, if you would like to, you can contact me. I'm looking forward to hearing to you again. These are the things that I'm offering. Thank you very much for reading my message. Have a wonderful day. And not being like, hey, you deserve or you need this because you're bad at this thing. It's a very different feeling. So, feeling of apprehension still comes over me, but I've learned to like squeeze it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna contact them once. I won't bug them. If they're like, no, I'm not interested, then I won't even reply. It's like, okay, cool, got it. Yeah. Cold contacting is terrifying. Minecraft mod packs. They exist. So I was looking at the Minecraft mod packs from Tofu, and he put together like all these lists of things, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I'd like to play on that sometime. That's all I have. I need to get through more of these faster. Automation and optimizing the fun. Right, so I love automating things. What I did in some of the other Minecraft servers that I was in was create like automated farms of getting a specific block. Like after I finished one, I do another, I do another, I do another. One of the biggest projects that I never got to finish was a wither skeleton farm. That is insane. Because you can do all these farms in single player that are super easy. But once you add multiplayer to the mix, like if they go into the nether, all mobs despawn if they're not far away from them. So I had to create like a multiplayer safe version of all of the no. I'm feeling boats. There you go. Let's go back to Sennheiser. Yeah, so I optimize the fun out of things by making it so that all the things have their farms, all the things are ready. Yeah. And so like the fun for me in like a Minecraft server is to make a farm for every single block that people need. So like Enderman farm is like one of my first farms that I make. Or no, a mob farm is the first farm that I make. Then an Enderman farm. No, then a food farm? I don't know. Depends. But like food, experience farm, and simple item farms. There's also baritone for like doing the hard thing, which is looking for netherite blocks and stuff, and that's an entire bag of worms that is insane. Minecraft team, not talking to the optimize. mods and implementing them has to work on all platforms. Right, so there's like Sodium and like a couple of other like Minecraft mod things that optimize the crap out of Minecraft, but but Microsoft can't implement them. For one, because they can't get the rights to them. For two, they have to work on every single platform ever, and some of the things don't work on some of the architectures, which makes me wonder if they can't do like a level of fallback of implementing like Sodium and other optimization mods that make it so much better. And there's like actual like bug fixes that could go through too. I hope that the Microsoft team will be able to talk to the optimization team and be able to come to some type of agreement. Because like if you do like a GitHub project for a mod, like the standards of IP and copyright protection, like even if a single person does one single line of code inside of an architecture, you have to get permission from that person to be like, yeah, you're allowed to take a Minecraft. So if like 50 people worked on it, you have to get permission from all 50 people to be like, all right, let's take this, let's put this in. From what I remember of talks about like the mod team and stuff. And IP. Payment to mod creators for implementation and codes, yeah. And so payment would also have to be put up there as well, and yeah, there's a lot. Mod creators aren't held to the same we can sue you standards. Yeah. So like if Microsoft put in something that is like a plugin from somebody else that somebody else wrote under like a different copyright thing, people will go off Microsoft. They won't go off Joe Schmo who created a mod for Minecraft. Even one line of code, copyright, yeah. Pantone owns Colors. Pantone? I don't know if I read that right. There are web colors. Yeah, so there's like a color swatch company that owns the colors. And if you want to get like the color swatches, you have to pay them for their color swatches. So if you do like number 385, that's like a specific like sage green, which looks differently in print, which looks differently on the web, which looks differently than being backlit by something. But they like color coordinated all of it, so that way you can just say, I need this color, this Pantone color. And then like the printers and everyone's like, all right, we're going to do this hex code for the web. We're going to do this hex code for the printed out page thing. We're going to do this hex code for this thing. And it's not just the same hex code for everything, because like once you print something out on paper that looks differently than if you were to do a neon sign that looks differently than if you were to do it on a web. Depending on like the red, green, blue values and like the ink and other things. There's so much there. There's also web colors, which is weird. Like, yeah. Like web colors are a thing. I need to look more into web colors. Like why is there a web color even though my color palette can see all these things? I forget. I'm gonna have to look into that. Pantone Colors. Do you look at scenery in games? Right. Like, do you look at like scenery in games? In VR chat, I do. But every other game ever, I've never looked at the scenery. Like, I didn't even know that like there were objects in the skybox in like Halo 2. And I never look at the skybox because all the shooty bang bangs are right in front of me. Why would I ever look up? The same reason why Spider-Man's able to knock out everyone. I don't look at scenery in games. Like, that's not something that I do. I was looking at Matra, like, just take a moment to just look around in games. It's like, but bad guys are shooting you! Pull the lever trolley problem. I might do that one day. I have to get through these quicker. Okay. Reaching out is scary. Yep, got that. Hope it is a mutual thing. Hope it's a mutual thing. Right, yeah. Hope that people think that, like, like it's mutual, that I'm not trying to like gaslight them into anything. It's like, I have a lot to offer you. Hopefully you like what I offer. And I want to be very transparent about that. Twitter ShadowBan. Like, I wonder sometimes if like reaching out to people on Twitter. I can email some people. Some people don't have business emails. But reaching out on Twitter, like, how do I know if I'm Twitter shadow banned by certain people, or if it's like, this might be a spam message? Because that's a thing as well. Nose and ear hair grows longer. Yes. They just keep growing. You see a grandpa and they have little cotton balls coming out their ears. Bittersweet graduation of, yeah, when we talked about Rio, how much do you have to know? How much do you have to know someone before calling them a friend? Like, for me, it's almost instant. If I've talked to you for 30 minutes or more, you're my friend. That's just how it goes. Like, you're not an acquaintance anymore. Like, an acquaintance is like, hi Bob, I'm doing my work now. Or hi Tim. Like, if I've talked to you for over 30 minutes on like a fun, like passionate conversation, you're my friend now. But that's not true for everyone. Some people are like, you're not my friend. It's like, okay. I don't know what friend means to you. Like, I had this really, like, I felt so bad. I was doing like a video where I was interviewing someone about the video game that they were doing. And we talked for like an hour beforehand, and then we got on and doing like the video, and it's like, well, here's my good friend Bob. And they're like, we're not friends. Yep. Yep, we just met each other an hour ago. Yeah. I don't know. I just like calling people friends. Because if I've talked to you, you're my friend. How much do you have to know someone to be called a friend? Yeah. Dungeon World, play to the experience, give treasure, fight monsters, learn. Great. So I've been playing Dungeon World with my cohort of dungeon peoples, and I've finally figured it out. So every single way you get experience, I try to make sure that there's something for that. At the beginning, I was just like, let's sit down and I don't have to think, and let's just go and let's improv. But now that I've played for like a couple weeks, it's like, all right, let's go ahead, and is there a monster that you can fight? Is there a memorable treasure that you've looted? And is there something new and interesting about the world? There's always been something new and interesting about the world. But has there been a memorable treasure, and has there been a monster? Or something to overcome? And I think that's a good way to like build a session. Like, get those three things. That's all I have to talk about for today. And if we get two of them, that's cool. If we get all three of them, that's cool. Neuroplasticity. Yep. So neuroplasticity is, as your brain grows older, you become less plastic in the way that your mind can develop new ideas. So we try to cram little kids with as much information as possible, hoping that they'll become Albert Einstein. Yeah. World building, reality bending for the story. Oh yes. So world building is interesting, especially when it comes to shared stories or non-shared stories. Single stories. Like world building, I don't do a lot of. I do enough, at least for, if you've read Void Office, I do enough world building for it to make kind of coherent sense for everything that you need to see in the story. But when I do world building for my players, I was like, what do these players care about? And what do they want to see? And let's create something that they would want to see. And then if they say something like, oh, that guy's probably a zombie. He wasn't, but now he is. It's like, I guess, like, yeah, so I bend reality, I bend my world building to that, and then I justify it later. Baby flexibility. Why are they so flexible? Why can't I touch my toes? I don't know. Posters. Yes or no? Right. I don't have posters. Like, I've seen so many, like, room reviews of people having, like, posters on their walls of, like, their favorite VTubers or, like, their favorite characters. I don't know why. I don't get posters. Buying shelves for storage instead of floor. Wait. I don't have storage. All I have is floor. My house does not come with storage, like shelves and stuff. They just come with rooms. So I have to, like, buy storage things like shelves and pantry items. Like, I don't have a pantry, which is a first. No, I didn't have a pantry in a couple other places. Yeah. So yeah, I just have to, like, create storage out of nothing. PTSD from moving so much. Right. So I've moved like 40 times or something. It's insane. Yeah, so if people are like, hey, can you help me move? I'm like, sorry, I'm busy watching Netflix. I don't know. Because if you count the times that I've moved other people, it's like an upwards of 80. Where, like, I've packed things, I've moved things, I've taken things out of boxes, and it's a lot. I should only have to move once a year. So wait until I'm dead and then I can move one more time, which is to my gravesite. Putting energy into getting ready with topics and ready for game. Right. So I was talking a little bit about this, but, like, if I put my energy into preparing myself for a game, so I think next week I might do, like, a game stream where I have, like, a list of topics and then, like, I play the game and do the topics at the same time. So that'll be next week. I'm getting through these faster because my legs are getting tired. Living on the back of other people's technologies, YouTube, Twitter. Yeah, so, like, it's interesting how, like, this whole content creation sphere can drop out from under us if YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Discord, if all of them just went down, or just closed their doors. Like, that'd be insane. We're living off of the back of other people's technologies. Like, there's no more people that are creating their own websites, hosting their own content through their websites that's being delivered to other people. Like, that used to happen, like, 20, 25 years ago. But since YouTube and other, like, social media sites have become prominent where you can, aggregate all your information and the people that you care about all in one place, MySpace, Facebook, like, aggregating people is an interesting phenomenon that has happened in our technology life cycle. And it's because of that, like, being a YouTuber is a thing rather than being a video creator. Let's see. Almost done. I am not that. There you go. Cool. Almost done. Alright. There's just a lot of collaboration with lots of people. It's hard to give the spotlight to everyone. Right. So doing, like, a 5 to 8 person collaboration on like Minecraft or what's the content creation? Among Us or whatever. It's hard for everyone to get their spotlight and to, like, see them shine, which is sad, but also understandable. Which is why I like having collaborations that is, like, one person, this me and someone else. Because that gives us be able to go back and forth and really, like, bounce off of each other. 3 or 4 people. 3 people means that one person won't be contributing to the conversation as much. 4 people means that they could have 2 side conversations happening at the same time. But it's hard in a Discord call. So if you have like Minecraft, where like 2 people do this thing, 2 people that do that thing, like that's something that can happen. Companies control our talents, social media. Don't know who's talking to who. Yeah. Companies who take over the talent, social media, like who really sees the emails that you send to Jack Black? Who really sees the tweets that like The Rock make? Or I don't know. It's social media managers, and like, do they ever talk to people about that? No idea. If you tweet one of your biggest favorite creators because they have their message box open, is it their media manager that's doing it? I have no idea. But yeah. I just realized something. That for the past, like, because I have my speakers, you've been able to hear double of me. Okay. You know what? Who cares at this point? It's been an hour 30 minutes with having like a small little echo. So, you've been hearing what I've been hearing. Kinda sucks. Oh well. Hello. No, we're almost done. It doesn't. I should have set this up very differently, but I didn't. Oh well. Collaboration. Rules. Gonked sleep schedule. I had sometimes like I'll sleep in the middle of the day and then I will like wake up at like 4 a.m. and not go to sleep until 5 p.m. That is really weird. Unsurprising amount of VTuber agencies fail in the first 5 years. Same with any small business, being able to self-sustainable is the first thing. Yeah. So most businesses fail in the first 5 years. VTubing agencies are not anything different. Everyone wants a slice of that pie, but a lot of them can't make it to the other side. Because I think even HoloLive isn't 5 years old yet. 29. It's almost 5 years. Yeah. So there's hundreds of agencies. Tasting and eating weird things, like bugs. So the only bug I can remember eating is maggots, and they're really flaky. They're like crunchy like Cheetos, but they're flaky like pastries. And they taste like nothing. Set up expectations and meet those expectations. Right. So you throw up the ball in order to hit it. Yeah, so that enough said. So like creating a video, I want to like in the first 15 seconds I have to set up the expectations, and then the rest of the video is paying off those expectations. Bringing earplugs to cruises. Yes, music is way too loud. So if you're going on a cruise, bring earplugs, and then have earplugs in your pocket or your purse or whatever when you go to the dance clubs. You will thank me later. It is way too freaking loud. It will damage your hearing. Popcorn costs money on cruises. They do. Some of them do. And I don't know why, and that sucked. Yes. Bucket list. I don't have a bucket list. I have things that I want to do, but I just don't know if I'm gonna check it off my bucket list. Zombie plan. I used to like have a zombie plan, but I think just moving north. If they're slow-moving zombies, all of us are going to be fine. If they're fast-moving zombies, we're all dead. GoPro and club. I don't remember why that's there. Okay. Let's see. Eating easy snacks, don't buy them, only baked snacks. Right, yes. So if I buy like packaged snacks, like I can't have packaged snacks. I eat them way too quickly. And then we have So I have to buy snacks that I have to bake. So like cookie dough, no, I can't do cookie dough. So like brownie mix, for instance. Ugh. But I eat the entire brownie, which is terrible. Cake mix, or just like, for me it's just flour and yeast and some sugar and then Nutella. And I like sour, so I put lemon juice on my cookies. I put lemon juice on my cookies that I make, and then I put Nutella on top of that, and it's delicious. It's a little bit tart, a little bit sour. No, lime juice. Lime juice is better than lemon juice for sweets, because lime juice is a little bit more sweet than lemon juice. Halo Babies, I was banned. Yes. If you don't know what that is, that was a forum for Halo people, and I was a kid, and I was banned because I spammed as everything, as all heck, because on the forums, on every single, I wanted my voice to be heard as a kid, on all the forums, on every single post that someone made, like they'd had like the most recent post, like the IBB forums, and it had my name on every single one of them, all the way down. And if somebody reacted to something or talked about something, I don't care what it was, I just wanted to reply to them. And so I got banned so many times for spamming. Yeah. Watching a kid try to get recognized on live TV. Yeah, so I've been in charge of some like really big streams or like TV stuff. And that's live, and like kids will like try and like sneak in there. And they'll be on their phones and they'll be like, I'm here. I'm the kid in the background. It was so cute and adorable, and I had to like speak to them about it. Yeah. Let's see. Is there still... Am I a robot-y? Am I a robot-y? I'm not a robot-y. Okay. No one told me that I was not robot-y. Anyways, yeah. So that's all 64 topics of discussion in under what's it called? There you go. In under 2 hours. Thank goodness. I've gone for a lot more. So next week I'm going to try and have all of these topics, but I don't have to worry about my mic going robotic-y. I can just be on my desktop mic. That'd be so precious. So amazing. Yeah. So next week I'm gonna do my call to action. Like and subscribe! If you want to. Because next week I'm going to try and play Halo 4 for an hour. I'm going to try and not... And it's going to be challenge mode, where I have to continuously speak, and I can't stay silent for 10 seconds. This includes lines of dialogue. So if somebody is talking, I'm going to be like, beep, 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 sorry person, have to keep talking. Like, that's why I have... I don't have to worry about the Sennheiser breaking anymore. But yeah, next week I'll be doing the try not to be silent challenge, where I'll have a little timer and I'll have to do squats. I'm also going to have a puppy. Not a puppy. He's an old puppy. But he's still a puppy because he's so cute and adorable. I'm gonna have double stuff my little Shih Tzu, or my parent Shih Tzu. They're going out of town, so I'm taking care of them. So, and he doesn't like it when I'm in VR, because like he'll like whine and like bark, and so I'll be outside of VR. Yeah. So next week is Fallout 4, and it's gonna be a challenge video, and see how many times I am silent. And then if I do that well, I might change it from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. Because the interesting fact is that you have about 7 seconds before someone will click off your stream. They give you about 4 to 7 seconds. So as long as I continue to speak, that's the big goal. Whether or not it's intelligible, I don't know. I hope it is. Oh, there's so much. Like, I'm gonna try and redeem the Fallout 4 video. Because I don't like that it has a 50-50 like to dislike ratio. That's me. That's me. I could have done a lot better because people just thought it was a Fallout 4 is bad video. Like, no, it was a I can't find games enjoyable anymore branded as a Fallout 4 video. But because like Fallout 4 is becoming, yeah, there's lots of reasons. If you watch last week's stream, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, hopefully the repeated audio. Hello. You can hear myself back to myself, so it's hopefully it wasn't as annoying as I hope it isn't. Oh well. I will see you all next week. I think I'm going to do a video on Wednesday or Thursday about loneliness. Oh. My feet hurt. I've been standing for 2 hours, almost 2 hours. So, see you all later. Bye-bye!